London, welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Reviews for Harry and Meghan's big-budget Netflix series have so far been less than kind. Unimaginative and frustrating, said Hollywood's Bible, Variety magazine. So sickening, I almost brought up my breakfast, said the woke Bible, The Guardian. Torched what little was left of their relationship with the royal family and what little was left, frankly, of their own reputations. Last week was mostly sycophantic.
Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're diving into a story that set the internet ablaze. Meghan Markle's latest podcast controversy, ripped apart by none other than Piers Morgan. The Duchess of Sussex, once a royal underdog, is now facing a firestorm over her carefully curated image, with Morgan calling it all fake in a brutal on-air takedown. From tearless cries to a royal title slip-up, this saga has sparked a fierce debate. Is Meghan a master of reinvention, or a performer losing her audience's trust? Join us as we unpack this drama piece by piece in a tale of authenticity, ambition, and unrelenting scrutiny. It all started with Meghan's latest podcast episode, meant to showcase her vulnerable, relatable side. But instead of winning hearts, it caught the eye of Piers Morgan, the outspoken broadcaster who's made critiquing Meghan a personal crusade. On his show, Piers Morgan Uncensored, he didn't hold back, staring into the camera and declaring, "She's nothing like that. Her voice, her mannerisms, it's all fake." His words were a verbal nuke, accusing Meghan of trading her hard-nosed LA actress roots for a soft, scripted Duchess persona. Morgan zeroed in on a moment that's now infamous. Meghan's emotional pause during an interview, her voice cracking as if on the verge of tears. But when the camera zoomed in, not a single tear. "It's a tearless cry," Morgan scoffed, claiming it was so staged he wanted to put my fist down her throat. Harsh? Absolutely. But it struck a chord, echoing whispers that have trailed Meghan for years. Is her polished podcast, complete with flawless lighting, meditative tone, and curated vulnerability, authentic or just a performance? Let's talk about the podcast itself. Pitched as a raw, real conversation with friends, it's anything but spontaneous. Each episode features Meghan in soft focus glory, her hair professionally blown out, her lighting worthy of a Hollywood set. She speaks in a slow, soothing tone, pausing for emotional effect, often circling back to her own struggles and triumphs. In one episode, she's makeup-free, yet somehow more glamorous than most of us on our best days. Critics, led by Morgan, argue this isn't vulnerability. It's a meticulously crafted image. Every tear, sigh, and full-body chills moment storyboarded for maximum impact. Then there's the crying controversy. Morgan pointed to an old Suits promo where Meghan bragged about crying on command, snapping her fingers and joking, "Left eye, go." The clip resurfaced, and now every emotional moment is under a microscope. Did that tear fall? Or was it left eye go all over again? Social media sleuths zoomed in on her podcast close-ups, with one viral tweet quipping, "No tears detected, Netflix must be adding CGI next season." The accusation? Meghan's not sharing her truth. She's directing it. The drama escalated with a seemingly sweet gesture, a gift basket sent to a podcast guest, complete with chili oil, Archie's eggs, and a thank you note. The problem? The card was signed Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex, a title Meghan and Harry were supposed to stop using after stepping back from royal duties. The British press pounced, and the internet erupted. To critics, it was proof of hypocrisy. Meghan rails against royal constraints but clings to the title when it burnishes her brand. Morgan was livid, barking, "She's not allowed to use that title. Either she's out or she's in. She can't play both sides." This wasn't just a slip-up. It was a smoking gun for those who see Meghan's every move as calculated. She wants the Duchess glamour without the duty, the clout without the crown. And when she complains about her overwhelming schedule, school drop-offs, parenting, podcasting, from her Montecito mansion, it lands like a tone-deaf ballad. As Morgan put it, she's not relatable. She's offensive to people juggling real struggles. Even some fans are raising eyebrows, wondering if her "I'm just like you" narrative is starting to fray Morgan's rant tapped into a growing unease. Meghan's public image, built on authenticity, is showing cracks. Her podcast feels like a one-woman show with guests. Even powerhouses like Serena Williams or Priyanka Chopra reduced to props in Meghan's narrative of resilience. Every episode follows the same script. Praise her bravery, highlight her hardships, cue the emotional pause, loop back to Meghan. There's no messiness, no unscripted spark, just a polished loop that feels focus grouped. As one YouTube commenter put it, it's not a podcast, it's a trailer for her next media deal. The South Park jab didn't help, skewering the couple as the Prince and Princess of Canada, demanding privacy while chasing fame. It crystallized the disconnect. You can't beg for solitude while filming your chickens for Netflix, it said. The satire cut deep, turning Meghan from empathized underdog to meme fodder, a brutal shift for a brand built on sympathy. Morgan's critique, personal grudge, aside amplified this sentiment, giving voice to a public increasingly skeptical of Meghan's motives. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Morgan's beef with Meghan is personal. He claims they were once friendly, exchanging messages and drinks, until she ghosted him after meeting Harry. Like a bad Tinder date, he said, and that slight seems to fuel his relentless attacks. But his traction comes from a broader truth. Many share his skepticism. From the Oprah interview to Harry's memoir, the Sussexes' narrative of royal victimhood has shifted in public eyes. What started as a brave escape now feels to some like a strategic campaign, every tear and tell-all timed for maximum impact. Morgan's not alone. Critics point to contradictions. Meghan wants privacy but invites Netflix into her home. She rejects royalty but uses her title on gift baskets. She cries over being called strong and beautiful, but stayed dry-eyed at the Queen's funeral. These inconsistencies, amplified by Morgan's megaphone, have turned her from a symbol of resilience into a lightning rod for doubt. And when audiences feel manipulated, trust erodes. Not with rage, but with apathy. The consequences are mounting. Spotify, which banked on Meghan and Harry for a game-changing podcast, got one season, some headlines, and little else. Insiders say execs were frustrated, calling the content all Polish, no pulse. No second season materialized, and the deal fizzled. The South Park roast only deepened the damage, making the couple a punchline. Now, whispers suggest brands are pulling back. Lifestyle ventures, a Goop-style empire, a skincare line, are rumored, but companies are wary. No one wants a spokesperson with this baggage, one insider said. Hollywood's cooling too, with production companies reportedly hesitating, calls going unanswered. Meghan's Nigerian trip, meant as a PR triumph, backfired. Accusations of cultural appropriation and rumors it was more for Netflix than diplomacy fed the narrative. Every move is a media stunt. Even her staunchest defenders are wavering, asking if her authenticity has been lost in the branding machine. As a former Netflix exec put it, you can't play royalty and rebel at the same time. Hollywood won't let you. Meghan's story is a paradox. She's undeniably brilliant, a scrappy actress who hustled through auditions, navigated cutthroat rooms, and married into a centuries-old institution only to walk away on her terms. Her fans see a trailblazer, unfairly targeted by a vicious press and a rigid monarchy. But her critics, led by Morgan, see a performer, orchestrating every moment to cement her narrative as the misunderstood hero. The truth? Likely both. Fame is messy, and Meghan's navigating it with a savvy that's both her strength and her Achilles heel. Her podcast was meant to humanize her, but it's exposed the tension between her real and performed selves. The tearless cries, the royal title gaffe, the overproduced vulnerability, they've turned her into a spectacle, not a star. And in a world where authenticity trumps perfection, that's a dangerous place to be. Once labeled inauthentic, the tag sticks harder than any crown. Meghan's at a crossroads. Her team's hinting at new projects, a cooking show, a docuseries on female founders, something light and inspiring. But every move will carry this baggage, the question of what's real. She could double down, leaning into her polished persona, or pivot, embracing raw, unfiltered honesty. Silence isn't her style, but listening might be her salvation. As one insider said, she needs to stop talking and start hearing what the world's saying. The public's patience is thinning. Cry wolf too often, and even a real wolf gets ignored. Meghan's not fading. She's too resilient for that. But without a reinvention that feels genuine, she risks becoming a cautionary tale, the Duchess who built a brand on truth, but lost the trust to sell it. Morgan's rant wasn't just a takedown. It was a mirror, reflecting a public torn between rooting for her and rolling their eyes. So, where do you stand? Is Meghan Markle a misunderstood pioneer or a master manipulator playing a losing game? Is Piers Morgan a truth teller or a grudge-holding bully? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. If this saga's got you hooked, smash that like button to tell the algorithm you're here for the unfiltered truth. Subscribe and hit the bell for more deep dives into the wild world of celebrity and royalty. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next chapter of this never-ending story.